Okay, it's better we start. Maybe 7-6 නේ අනිත් කට්ටිය එකතු වෙයි කියලා අපි හිතමු. Recording එකක් දැම්මා. We'll see how it happens. Okay, so last week, I think we gathered the incorrect question at the end of the class. So I'm just having these. Yeah, let's go through about these things. So we have said the second one. Yeah, hold on, get the easy. Yes, so the second MCQ of the 2008 paper is asking having a blank is a very small computer that can be held in the palm of a person. So it's going to be the PDA, right? Because PC we won't be able to hold it in the palm, personal computer. Laptop again we won't be, right? Even though we can hold it from the palm, but it's generally we say it laptop because we are like handling it by keeping it our like lap, keeping it on the lap, right? So the PDA is the one which can be handled from the palm of a person. So PDA stands for Personal Digital Assistant, as I remember, right? So which is like a very small device, like a little bit bigger than the smartphone, right? So can be managed through the managed with the palm of a person. So the third one is going to be the answer for the second one. So the fourth, then after. Consider the following statement regarding storage media. Right, so they are discussing about what they have said is consider the following statement regarding storage media. A typical floppy disk has a less storage capacity than a compact disk. Yeah, so the floppy disk is having the capacity of 1.44 megabytes, right? And the CD or the compact disk is having generally 670 megabytes to 720 megabytes, right? So definitely the 720 megabytes are bigger. The B yeah, so the B option B is saying a modern hard disk has more storage capacity than a compact disk. A modern hard disk has more storage capacity than a compact disk. Yes, the modern hard disk, even though they are talking about it in 2008, on those days we had the capacity of 250 GBs, 500 GB kind of hard disks. So it is definitely bigger than the compact disk because compact disk is having the capacity of 720 megabytes. Right, and a digital versatile disk has more storage capacity than a modern hard disk, which is not again like a DVD. Digital versatile disk or the DVD is having the capacity of the is having a capacity of nearly 4.7 to 4.9 gigabytes. So if it is a dual layer one, that means both surfaces are able to like write the data. So it's going to double the capacity. That means 9.8 gigabyte kind of a thing. So like it is definitely less than the 10 GB. So comparing to the hard disk, DVD is still containing a smaller capacity. So the what they are asking here is the true one. So you can take the second one as a yeah, B as a correct one, and both A and C is going to be incorrect, right? So B only is going to be the answer. Yeah. So then the seventh one. So the seventh is showing you the bus capacity, even though the the diagram looks like a tree. Tree capacity is not like this. Tree is going to be a combination of two or more topologies, right? So here, this clearly has a backbone or a common part, and computers are connected to that backbone using a wired or wireless media. So this represents a bus topology, not a tree topology, right? And it's better you remember the ways of topologies that you can where it can be asked from many different MCQs, right? So like I think you remember the ways of the ring, tree, and the star. So let me draw it for you, right? Oh, okay, Lalindi. The fifth one is have what? Answer 3. A and C are correct. Dua, we didn't talk about the fifth, I guess. We only talk about the fourth, Dua. Yeah, the fourth one. Fourth one is having the C. Oh, let me check. Let me check. Yes, though I think I had chose it in the incorrect way. A typical floppy disk has less capacity than a compact system, so A is correct. Though. Yes, floppy is having 1.44 megabytes, and compact disk is having 720 megabytes. So floppy is less. So the A and B is correct. Though. Third one is correct. Thank you for the correction. So it's the third one. Though. My mistake. Okay, let me take the whiteboard to illustrate the topologies. All right, so what are the topologies that you are going to have? Now, star topology is that you are having a central device which can be a switch or a hub, and devices will get connected to it. So generally we illustrate star topologies like this, right? But in a diagram you can be given something like this as well. So this is also a star topology, right? Because the concept of the star topology is having a central device right? And PCs or the devices are connected to it. So don't focus about the what you call the shape of the topology. Just concentrate about the concept, right? So ring topology means, star topology means having a central device and connecting other devices to that particular central device. And bus again, as it illustrates, you can illustrate it like this, right? And sorry, my bad. Right, okay. So so it can be something like this as well, right? So still this is going to be a bus topology, right? Ek nisa concept එක හරියට learn කරන්න, right? And when it comes to the ring topology, we generally draw it like this. Right, but if it draws like this, still it is ring topology, right? And the other one is the mesh, right? Mesh topology means each and every computer connected with the other computers, right? So this is it's better we have fourth one, otherwise you won't be able to distinguish it from the ring topology. So this is a mesh, right? And tree topology, it's a little bit different. It has a bus and it is connected either to a ring or to a star, right? So there are two topologies combined in the tree topology. So this is a ring one, the star, right? And the middle part is like a bus, right? Those things are called the tree topologies, right? Okay, so the answer for the seventh one is going to be the first one, bus topology, right? And let's take the marking scheme as well, so that will ease us further. Okay, so the eighth one, in a personal computer, an alphabetic, a numeric or special character is represented by, yes, this is a simple one. We represent these things from a nibble, right? So that is why nibble is there. Nibble means 4 bits, right? So like the most smallest one or the simplest unit of the computer is called the bit, and 4 bits are represent to or like 4 bit together represent a nibble, 8 bit together represent a bit, then after 1024 bits represent a 1 kilobyte, and 1024 kilobyte represent a 1 megabyte. So likewise, after that it's going to be 1024 numbers when you are go for the calculation, right? So the answer for the eighth one is the nibble. Nibble is there to represent a character of a keyboard, right? Okay, then the 10th one. Yeah, 10th one is about the megabyte. Yeah, so to do these kind of calculations, it's better you have this diagram. I'm going to draw it for you, right? It's better you have this little diagram with you, so you won't be able to like you can solve any kind of things from this little diagram. It's better you draw this or like have this in a piece of paper, right? Right, so you can practice, right? So the most smallest unit is the bit, and from bit we are going to generate the byte. So after byte, eighth question. Yeah, hold on, dude. It cannot be a byte, dude. It's going to be a nibble. Let me confirm it with the by the textbook. Hold on. As I remember, it was here, but yeah, regarding the nibble, they don't say anything like something like that. Yeah, let's search it in the internet as well. Okay, thank you.
That's my wash.
Burning? No. Yes. I think I've gone wrong. It is here. Each character requires 1 byte of space. Yeah, let me go through it again and again, people, because in somewhere I have read the nibble was the one which represent the character of the keyboard, right? So let me go through it and confirm it to you, right? But for the moment, it says the byte, right? Let me confirm it though, right? I'll go through it and see. Okay, so right, regarding the bit and bytes, so after byte, it's going to be kilobytes, then the megabytes, then the gigabytes, then the terabytes. After we can go for petabyte, right? So for the conversions, now you can convert a byte into a bit by multiplying 2 to the power 3, right? Or by 8. It's better you write it from the 2 to the powers, because some questions are asking the value as 2 to the powers, right? Because as this question as well, right? So it's 2 to the power 3, and from kilobyte to byte you need 1024, like 1024 bytes are equals to 1 kilobyte. So 1 kilobyte can be converted into a byte by multiplying 2 to the power 10. So the same relation goes in between these things as well. So like as we know, 1024 megabytes is equal to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is equals to 1 terabyte. 1024 terabyte is equal to 1 petabyte, right? So if you are converting petabyte to terabyte, you need 2 to the power 10. And in the reverse manner, like if you convert bits to byte, it's the opposite way. So it's going to be 2 to the power minus 3. From byte to kilobyte, it's going to be 2 to the power minus 10. So likewise, you can move 2 to the power minus 10. This is 2 to the power minus 10. this is 2 to the power minus 10, and for this you need 2 to the power minus 10 as well. Right, now once you have this chart, now let's take your question. A megabyte contains, a megabyte means 1 megabyte. 1 megabyte contains, the first one they are talking about from the kilobytes. So 1 megabyte converted into kilobytes. So like from here to here, right? So you need 2 to the power 10, right? So that means you can multiply it by 2 to the power 10, right? When you are going from megabyte to kilobyte. So that means this equals 1 megabyte is equals, so you can take 1 to downwards here and 2 to the power from here. So that means 1 into 2 to the power 10 kilobytes. So that means 2 to the power 10 kilobytes. So the first answer is wrong. So the second one is from bytes. So 1 megabyte to byte. So it's better you write the journey from megabytes to byte. So it's megabyte to kilobyte, kilobyte to byte. So megabyte, you need to come to the kilobyte. So from kilobyte, you need to come to the byte. Right? So 1 can be taken downwards into megabyte to kilobyte, you need 2 to the power 10. And kilobyte to byte, you need another 2 to the power 10. As our chart shows, megabyte to kilobyte 2 to the power 10, kilobyte to byte, another 2 to the power 10. So which gives you 2 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 10 means 2 to the power 20. So 2 to the power 20 byte. So which gives you the correct answer, right? So the second one is going to be the answer for the 10th one. Did you got that? Right, great. How about the others? Right, great, great. So the answer for the 10th one is going to be the second one. Right. Okay, so then the 14th. Yeah, if P is 1012 and Q is 10102, then P plus Q. Yes, Dua, this is this is something out of syllabus now, right? You don't have the binary addition or subtraction or any other thing, so you can take all marks for the 14th question, right? So don't bother about it, right? Addition and subtraction is not there for you, right? So 14th is all, and next one is 17. So meanwhile, if I miss anything that need to discuss, just alert me, right? So I'm just referring the numbers that you have given me the last time. So the 17th, which one of the following digital logic gate can be used to characterize the operation of the electrical circuit shown in figure 17? So like when it comes to the when we consider the circuit, it's going to be there are two switches and a lamp and a battery. So they are talking about the lighting up the lamp, right? So lighting up the bulb. So to light up the bulb, both the switches should be in the closed position, like open position in the back, right? So uh, if any one of the switch is in the open position, your bulb is not going to light up, right? So if you take the nature of the switches and the bulb, right? So we can generate something like this. Now the circuit is something like this. Okay, so this is S1, this is S2, and this is the bulb, right, which indicates by the L. So what will happen? S1 and S2 controls the L, right? So S1 is open, S2 is open, bulb is off. S1 is open, S2 is closed, still bulb is off. S1 is closed, S2 is open, still the bulb is off. When both things are closed, it is at the on position, right? So what it's going to be, so if you indicate open as a 0, close as a 1, so it's going to give you, what are the values? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So this is going to give off as 0 and on as 1. Now there is a like bad way of asking the question, like they should mention what are the states for the open state, like what are the values for the open state and the closed state of the switches, as well as what are the state of the off, what are the values for the off state of the light and the on state of the light, right? So when you are considering this truth table, you can say it is going to be an AND gate. When only one, both are ones, you are going to receive 1, right? But in another way, someone else can argue, okay, open can be taken as 1 and close can be taken as 0, right? So it's going to be other way around, right? So when receive 1 and 1, you are going to receive 0, right? And 1 0, you are going to receive it in the other way around. So which is not a very good question to ask. It's better they like indicate the what you call the states of the switches and the lamp. But generally we are having this circuit to indicate an AND gate, right? So you have to stick with that thing. Even your book is having this kind of a circuit, as I remember, right? So it's going to be the third one for the 17th question, right? So that's how the things are going to happen, right? Okay, is it clear, people? The people who have got that wrong? Right. Okay, great. Then the 20th, yeah, a note of a text placed at the bottom of the page of a document that usually cites a reference for a part of the main body of text is known as. Now, this is not the header, or this is not a footer, because footer is not citing anything of the body, right? So it's going to be the footnote, right? Because I think you got this experience when you are reading the books. If you got any like any complex word, So that will be explained at the bottom of that page, right? So those are called the footnotes, right? Not the footers, right? So footers are some things which are not going to change and going to repeat in each and every page at the bottom level, right? When the top, if you need to repeat anything at the top level for each and every page, you are going to use a header, right? So this is neither a header nor a footer, but the footnote, right? So the answer is going to be the fourth one. Right. So the 23rd then after. Yes, let me see. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit out of the syllabus, but it's better you concern about something like this, right? Now, since they are using the comparison operators, like larger than or equal, larger than, there are things like that. So, and again, and function is also there. And I'll just go through and just get to know about from this question, right? It's not in your syllabus, but it's better you have the idea. Right now, the comparison operators will give you the Boolean values, which are true or false, right? So they are asking about the question is about which of the above cell or cells display false, right? Who is going to display false? So you can generally guess that 2 larger than or equal 1. So since in the very first line, so it's better you name those things as ABC. But in my book, the ABCs are missing. So the first statement is A, second statement is B, and third statement is C. Right? So the 2 larger than or equal 1 is going to give you a true because 2 is larger than 1, even though it is not equal, but it is larger than, so it's going to give you true. A is larger than B, we can't compare like the letters, like if you say A larger than B, uh, it's going to be a false one, right? And for 23 they have taken the answer 3. Oh, yes, okay, they are referring to the cell numbers, so like they have taken the A1 as a false one, which generally is not going to be 2 larger than or equal 1. Let's check that. Where are these now? Oh, it's going to give you true. So not the A1 is not going to give you false. And this, I'm going to show you the characters. it's going to give you false, a larger than b, right? And let's check whether it's going to give you the true on the other way around as well, right? And when it comes to the AND function, it's actually a out of syllabus thing. So AND function take two parameters in the brackets, so which indicates the left one and the left operand and the right operand, right? So if I say equal AND, right, it says logic 1 and logic 2. So first one is 2 larger than 1, 2 larger than or equal 1, that means true, going to be there. And the a larger than b, which is going to false. So your answer is going to be false, because true and false is there with the AND operation. The answer is going to be false, right? So let's see. Yeah, here we go. So the places where I get false is B and C. So that means both A2 and A3. The fourth answer should be the answer. So they're asking which displays the false. So in the marking scheme, they have said something different, I think. 23rd. Yeah, 23rd, it's the fourth. Right, so what you should remember is, it's better you remember a simple one, right? Don't go for the complex things, right? Oh, what's happened here? I think drawing tablet is, yeah. Right, let me show you the formulas. Yeah. So the first one gives you true, the second one gives you false, and the third one gives you false. Right. So just remember a simple comparison, right? When comparison is there, you are going to have the answers from true and false, right? You don't need to really bother about this AND function and all these things, right? Those are extra stuff. But when it comes to a simple comparison like this, remember it's going to represent you true or false, right? Okay, so moving forward, is that clear, people? Let me have the confirmation. Okay, great. So moving forward, the question number 26. Yeah, if n is an integer variable, the following code: n equals 10, do while n larger than or equal 5, n equal n minus 1, loop. Yeah, so yeah, the answers will be execute 6 times, execute 5 times, never begins, never ends, right? Yeah, so which we have to hand trace and see, right? So this is something very similar to a pseudocode, right? So it says n equals 10, do while n larger than or equals 5, n equals n minus 1, and loop. Loop means you have to repeat until the while condition get false, right? May have false when a count. So like what we are going to do is we are going to hand trace this. So starting from the very first line, so you should have a column for n. Now when you are hand tracing something, you should have a one particular column for each and every variable. And if you are displaying something or outputting something, you should have another column for the output. So here it just have the variable n. So one particular column will be enough for us. So initially the value of n is 10. Then it says do while n larger than or equal 5. So we have to determine whether this condition is true or false. Right? N is larger than 5. So it is true. So n will be reduced by ones. Right? So n will become 9. Right? So once n will become 9, so it is the first round or the first loop in happens. So with 9, loop number 1 is happens, right? Then it goes and check n is still larger than 5, so it reduced by 1, so it will become 8. And then it will go and check again, still larger than 5, this will become 7, right? Then go and check again, still larger than 5, so this will become 6. Then go and check again, still larger than 5, this will become 5. Go and check again, it is not larger than 5 but equals to 5, so still happening, so 5 become 4, right? So this is the second loop, this is the third loop, this is the fourth, this is the fifth. Once the fifth has happened, right, once the fifth has happened, 5 loops are happens already. So this particular 4 හැදෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ it's the sixth one is also happens. Then go and check the answer. So it is not larger than or equal to 5, so it stops. So the answer is going to be execute 6 times. Is it the answer? 26th. Yeah, first one. Yeah, people, did you got that? කොහොමද loops ගාන ගණන් කරගත්තේ කියන එක? Okay, how about others? Is it clear if you got it wrong? Yeah, Himandi, now why we are getting 4 can be explained with the number 9, right? Because for the very first time we check whether n is larger than or equal 5. So the very first value is 10. So 10 is larger than or equal 5. So it becomes 9. So once it becomes 9 means looping has happened for a very first time. So එතකොට 9 වෙනකොට එකක් වෙලා 8 වෙනකොට දෙකක් වෙනවා 7 වෙනකොට තුනක් වෙනවා. So likewise when you are having 4, 6 time has occurred. तर මෙතන 4 වෙලා තමයි එයා ආයි ගිහිල්ලා condition එක check කරන්නේ. Right? So that means it's execute for 9, for 8, for 7, 6, 5 and 4. Got that, dude? Right, great. Okay, so moving forward, the 27th. A particular field of a table that uniquely identified a record is the, yeah, so now this is not a good question. So they have said key field and primary field both, right? So what is the answer? 27th? Yeah, it's the one. So no, primary field, the word primary field is misleading, because we are not saying key field, neither primary field, we say primary key field, right? So since it is a all syllabus one, so if you got primary, if you mark primary field, you can take the answer as a correct one, right? So either the key field or the primary field, right? Because what we are like taking to identify a record distinguishedly, it's the primary key field, right? Okay, so the 27, you can take both 1 and 4 are correct, right? So moving forward, the 28th, consider the following three statements, A, B, and C. Installing a new version of software is a computer is an example of uploading. No, not really. It is not uploading, it's installing, right? Or like installing new version of software, it's rather the updating, right? When you are having an app on your phone, you are getting updates, right? So a new version will be there, right? So A is wrong. They are asking for the false one. So A should be in your answer. So then and there you can choose the first one is going to be your answer, right? Because it's only the first answer which contains A, right? Is it the answer? 28, 28, it's, yeah, it's one. Let's see about the other two. Submitting a video file to a web server is an example of uploading. It is. When you are uploading something to the YouTube, so we are giving our video file to the YouTube server, right? So it is called uploading. A client computer receiving an audio file from a web server is example for downloading. Again, the very same scenario, neither. You are downloading something from YouTube, or like let's say some from some site which provides the audio files. So you are taking it from a web server. When you are referring to any website, means that you are referring to web server, right? So you are taking things from that web server to your computer, which we call the download, right? So the B and C are correct. So it is asking for the false one. So the first one is the false one or the incorrect one. 31. The following is a brief description of a system that provides a motorist with information of traffic condition on a motorway, right? The system collects new data such as the speed and the number of the vehicle in a specific area of the motorway and transmit them to the roadside computer. After analyzing the data, the computer provides useful information to the motorist, helping them to decide an alternative routes they can take when there is a heavy traffic congestions. Yeah, so they are asking the above scenario best describes. So this is going to be a real-time system, because this is talking about what? The things which are happening then and there. So like when it comes to the traffic, yeah, the system should take the details of that traffic and should inform the motorist there is a very big traffic ahead, so you take the alternate routes to complete your journey, right? So there is no point of having the traffic result like after some time, right? Even if we are getting it like after 5-10 minutes, the time has flown. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට වැඩක් නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Pointless, right? So it should respond then and there according to the data which is given, or like which has been gathered. So it should be a real time system. What do you mean by batch processing system? So batch processing system means you are collecting data for a certain period of time, then you process it, right? So it is called a batch processing system, something like a payroll system. They are collecting the attendance detail of the employees for a month. So it's certain amount of period. Then they process it to calculate the salary which belongs to the that particular employee, right? So which is called the batch processing system, right? So offline system is some system which is not connected to the internet and all these things. So it's just operating in the computer which it has been installed, right? Automated system, we can say it is something similar to a system inside a washing machine, right? So once we given the instruction, the things will be happen in an automated way, right? So the answer for the 31 should be the first one. 29th, yes, Himanbi, 29th. 29th, it says, which of the following relationship is correct regarding the contents in column X and Y of the table shown in table question number 29? Yeah, syntax errors and logical errors are there. Yes. So syntax errors means the errors that you are doing, uh, like those are the grammatical errors, or like when you are breaking the rules of a programming language, we call it a syntax error, right? Then ogollo Pascal වලින් code කරනකොට we are coding something like this. අපි extra 10 assign කරන්න ඕනම we assign it like this. So this is wrong, because the correct way of having this is x colon equals 10. So this is the correct way, right? So this is incorrect. So we call these things as syntax errors. ඔගොල්ලෝ right ln එකක් ලියනකොට you miss a n. So write L is just there, then you write whatever the thing on the double quotes. So this is a syntax error because n is missing, right? So likewise, the fundamental mistakes and we generally say the grammatical mistakes regarding the language is called the syntax errors, right? So wrong keyword means it is a syntax error. Wrong punctuation, again, it's going to be a syntax error, right? So P and Q is belongs with the A. Unexpected result is a logical error. So like logical error means there is no syntax errors, like we can say there is no syntax errors. Logical errors are referred to the incorrect outputs or incorrect algorithms, right? Like if we wrote a program to add two numbers together, the program runs, but when we are giving 2 and 3 to do the addition, we are receiving 7 as our answer. So it's the program has run means there is no syntax errors, but our output is wrong. So it's going to be a logical error, right? So for that reason, P and Q is belongs with the A and R is belongs with B, right? So they are asking is the correct one? Yes. So the correct one should be, yeah, the fourth one going to be your answer for 29th. Yeah, the fourth one is the answer. Right. Did you got that, Sairi? Is it okay? Right, great. So moving forward, we discuss about the 31st and the 32nd. So 32nd is about system maintenance does not involve. Now system maintenance means you have installed the system to the organization, right, in the system development life cycle. Now if we talk about the SDLC, how the SDLC is going to work, it's going to first the primary investigation will be there. So identification of requirement, right? So this is the first phase. Then you are going to do what? Analyze the system, right? Then you do what? Design it, right? Then you do what? Code it, or we call it developing. right? Then you are going to do a testing, right? Then you are going to implement or deploy, right? So after that, the very last one is the maintenance, right? So in identification of requirements, you see what are the things to be needed from the client or the organization. Then you analyze it. Then due to the analyzing part, you design the particular system, and then you code or develop the particular system that you have designed. Then you test it for any errors. So here you can find different kinds of testing. So like unit testing is there, integration testing is there, right? System testing is there, and the acceptance testing is there, right? Then you deploy it or like implement it. So regarding that, there are four different deployments. So like direct deployment is there, parallel deployment is there, and pace deployment is there, right? Then you do the maintenance, right? So maintenance is the very last thing that we do. Like we install the software which we have developed, and then after we carry out the maintenance if they ask us to do, right? So upgrading software, yes, it is regarding the maintenance part, because you have given you have installed the main software. Then you are sending it's very similar uh, to your smartphone. You are getting downloaded the application, so that is the installation. Later you are going to have the updatings. So it's something regarding the maintenance. Then improving performance, yeah, sometimes we can take that thing regarding the maintenance, because the performance need to get improved within the time, right? කාලයත් එක්ක තමයි ඒකේ performance ඉහළ යවන්න උවමනා වෙන්නේ. මොකද වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට අපිට උවමනා වෙනවා මේක තවදුරටත් ස්මූත් කරලා තව තවත් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි වැඩ කරන අත්දැකීමුත් එක්ක අපිට සිස්ටම් එක ඉස්සරහට ගන්න, right? So improving the performance can be taken as a maintenance one. Introducing major changes, major word is the problem. If you are doing major changes, you are not doing it inside the maintenance but in the designing, right? Designing එකේදී තමයි අපි major changes වලට අපදාන, right? Even අපිට code කරනකොටත් තේරුණොත් there is a problem within this thing, then you again refer to the designing phase or the designing step and do the major changes, right? Correcting minor faults, again regarding the maintenance. වැඩ කරගෙන යනකොට පොඩි mistakes හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. So those can be corrected. So the answer is going to be the third one for the 32nd question, right? Yeah. So next one is the 33rd. World Wide Web can be best described as, yes, another name for internet? No. www means a service of an internet. There are many services inside the internet. www is the most popular one, and email is another one. FTP, file transfer protocol, is another one, right? Remote access is another service, right? So likewise, there are many services inside the internet. www is one of them. Then a worldwide web computer network, a worldwide computer network. Okay, somewhat correct. Let's say a system of interlinked hypertext document accessed through the internet. and that can be taken as the most appropriate answer, best description, right? Because a website consists of web pages. Web pages are made out of HTML, hypertext markup language, so which we call the hypertext documents, right? So they are interlinked, එකනිකට සම්බන්ධයි, right? So we can take the third one as the best description, right, for 33, right? Then yeah, 35th, in computer application, the acronym CAD, yeah, this may be new to you, computer aided designing. So CAD stands for computer aided design, the second one, right? 35th one, yeah, the second one is the answer. Then the 37th, a sequential file organization is more suitable for, yes, now this sequential file organization is not discussed in your syllabus, but it's better you know, right? Question එකෙන් පොඩ්ඩක් දැනගන්න. සමහර විට ඔය ටිකක් database වලට ළඟ නිසා ඒගොල්ලෝ අහන්න පුළුවන් නිකන් question එකක් දාන්න පුළුවන්, right? So the sequential file organization means the data of that file organization will be like referring like one after the other. එක පෙළට අපි එකතු කරන data set එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ, right? So airline seat reservation system, which can be done randomly, right? If you take payroll system, that will be a more suitable one, right? Like library system, it can have the categorizations of the books, like in many different places, right? Directory inquiry system, again, inquiries can be deferred, or like those won't be able to like access like one after the other, right? So the sequential file organization, when it comes to the payroll, it is collected like day after day, දවසෙන් දවස එකින් එක එකතු කරනවා. Right, one to mama, right? So it's going to be the second one, the most suitable one is the second one. 38, which one of the following allows you to insert a comment in HTML document? Yeah, comment is starting. So comment of an HTML document, we use it like this. With the exclamation and 2 dashes. So whatever the thing you are going to write in between this is not going to appear on your web page. So the starting tag of the comment is this, and the ending tag of the comment is this, right? So your answer is going to be the fourth one for the comment. And 40th, a student writes the following 3 statements regarding high-level languages in a class assignment and submit it to the teacher. So it says a high-level language is a computer language that is easily understood by human. It needs to translate to machine language. An example of high-level language is Java. The teacher cuts that part is easily understood by human in A and writes resembles human languages. She deleted B completely and leaves C unchanged. So පළවෙනි එකෙන් කොටසක් වෙනස් කරනවා, B එක සම්පූර්ණයෙන් කපනවා, C is not going to change. Which of the following statement describe an invalid reason? An invalid reason for the teacher's action. The teacher deletes the part mentioned above in A because it is incorrect. Actually, the programming language is not resembles human language. It's it's easy to understand by the human, right? Like resembles human language is not a good description that we can do. A teacher writes resemble human language because it is more suitable. Yeah, I doubt so. The teacher deletes B completely because it is incorrect. It needs no translation to machine language, which is a valid one. Yeah. High level language need a translator to translate those into the machine language. Machine language means what? Ones and zeros. So high level languages are the languages like Pascal, right? So we can understand the Pascal programming easily, right? When we know the syntax, and that cannot be understood by the machine. Yes. Yeah, Himanadi, what you're asking is Microsoft XP is a part of in OS. Yeah, though it's an example for an OS. Microsoft XP is the one of the Windows versions, though. Right. So back into the question, the teacher deletes B completely because it is incorrect. So B is incorrect. That is correct. What has said in the third choice is correct. The teacher ignores C because it is correct. Which is correct again. So they are asking invalid reason. So yeah, like first one can be taken, but it's not a good question again. What is the answer? Yeah, the first one. The teacher deletes the part mentioned above in A because it is incorrect. A high-level language is a computer language that is easily understood by human. Yeah, resembles. But I think easily understood by the human is the most appropriate one, not the resembles human language. Right? But anyway, saying it incorrect is not a valid statement. It is not incorrect. Right? Yeah, so it's a little bit jumbled one. So they have taken the first one as the answer. So stick with it. There are questions like this when it comes to the papers. Okay, people. So I think the questions that you have said to me is discussed in the first paper. Is there any other question that you need to get clarified? It's a time for you to talk, right? Clear කරන්න කියන්න. Otherwise, we can jump to the second part. 36th one, okay. In relation to email, RE in the subject box stand for, that is for the reply though, right? When we are replying something, RE will be appeared, right? පොඩ්ඩක් පෙන්නන්නම් ඒක එන තැන. Right now, yeah. Let's say I'm going to forward this. I'm going to reply something. No, not here, not here. සමහර browsers වල ඕක අපිට පෙන්වන්නේ නැහැ. Just a second. Yeah, some versions are not showing that do, but In some cases, it is having RE word in here, right? This particular area, right? I had to see it recently, but it is not getting here. Yeah. It's not responding here. Right. Anyway, it's regarding the reply, Sairi. Right. Okay. Any more questions? All right. So let's jump into the first one of the second paper. And people, you have to send me the how much you got correct as a private message in the WhatsApp, right? Group I'm just monitoring the values that you have taken, right? So WhatsApp personal message group just a personal message how much you got correct in the 2008 paper, right? As well as I need the details of the 2007, like what is the total amount, right? Seeing kiyada kila percentage kiyada kila mateva, right? Okay, so jump into the first question. So it is a compulsory one, right? You have to do the first one and any four from the rest, right? So the first one asks, so these are going to be the answers. So the very first one is asking, which is write a one sentence, the difference between raw data and information. So you can say what are the differences between data and information, right? So like data is raw and the information are being processed, right? Data has no meaning and information has a meaning, right? Data can be processed, information cannot be processed, right? Data is not used to make decisions, information is to use decision, information is used to make decisions, right? And likewise, so you can have those kind of things. If you got any alternative answers, just ask me, right? I'll tell you whether it is correct or wrong. So for the second one, write two example of digital devices. So you can write any kinds of digital. Abacus is not a one here in the marking scheme. Abacus is not a correct one, right? So you can have web cameras, digital cameras, calculators, right? So any electronically supporting device, right, which you can do the calculation and such, right, and the capturing and all these things, right? So you can have 2 marks for each part, right? So that first question is going to give you 20 marks. Yeah, let me see. I'm getting the question. No, Sayuri, I didn't get what WB stand for, though. WB stand for what? Like, is it a name of a? Okay, MP3 player. MP3 player, you won't be like MP3 player. Yeah. So you are talking about the device, right? Network අපේ hard අපේ software එක නෙවෙයිනේ, like mp3 player කියලා software තියෙනවා. It's not the software that you are talking about, it's the device that you are going to say, right? So the yeah, so the mp3 player device, it's better you say, right? Not just don't just write mp3 player, write it mp3 player devices, right? And CD, DVD, hard disk, Lalindi, those are storage devices, my dear. You can't, let me think, digital devices. No, those can be taken as storage media though, not the digital devices. Here, what they are like, what they are talking is like something that we can process and execute things. So like CD itself, we won't be able to consider it as a digital device. It's a storage media though, right? Okay, so the third one, they are asking why there is no symbol on the space bar, right? Which is a silly question because space has no symbol, right? And the fourth part is asking about the guided media. So in data communication, we discuss about two categories of medias. One is guided and the other one is unguided. So guided means wired, unguided means wireless. So for the guided media, we talked about three different cables, which are coaxial, twisted pair, and fiber optics. Right? So yes, Lalindi, you can take the coaxial as a correct answer. Right? So twisted pair, coaxial, fiber optics can be taken as guided media. And for the like if you talk about the unguided media, which is not a part of a question, but unguided media are based on the radio waves or electromagnetic waves and the microwaves, infrared, right, and laser communication. Those are called the unguided media where you can do the data communication, right? So for the answer for the fourth one, can be take coaxial, twisted pair, and fiber optics, right? They are just asking two examples. So apart from twisted pair and fiber optics, you can have coaxial as well. So the fifth one, it is asking why dot matrix printer is not suitable for operational theater. So because it's making the noise. Dot matrix is an impact computer. So if you use it inside the operational theater, it will make unwanted noise. A slow in operation, slow in operation. Let me think. Yeah, you can go for that as well because it by assuming it needs the quick response. So slow in operation will make the process slow. Yeah, you can have the marks too. Right, the sixth part. If you miss anything, just disturb me and ask again, right? If you're not clear with anything, right? So the sixth one, they're asking, why do you need more computer memory to store a video clip than an audio clip of a same duration? So even though the clips are having same duration, audio clip just containing the audio details, but video clip contains video details other than the audio details. So audio detail, for the video detail, it will require an extra capacity. That is why the capacity is, the video clip has more capacity than the audio clip, even though it is having the same duration. But in nowadays, there are ways of increasing the or like decreasing the video clip's capacity, like lower than the audio clip. But generally, when we are arguing it, we have to argue the audio details and the video details, right? So in the audio file, there is only audio. In the video file, there is audio plus video details. So it will need extra capacity to store video details, right? And seventh one is asking about out of two types of personal computer memories, ROM and RAM, which memory is volatile? So we are talking three types of volatile memories, which is register memory, cache memory, and the random access memory. So the answer is going to be RAM. ROM is categorized as a non-volatile memory, as well as the secondary storages, right? So the answer for the seventh one is going to be RAM. The eighth one is talking about what's happened to the letter F when you flip horizontally and flip vertically, right? So you are flipping horizontally means like you are going to F අකුර සිරස් රේඛාව දෙක සිරස් රේඛාවක් නෙවෙයි ඇත්තටම අපි ඒක සිරස් කියලා කතා කරන්න කිව්වොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ how we are going to remember it is it's like this. Now we generally write F like this, right? So you are flipping horizontally means now we are flipping it on this manner. මේ විදිහට තමයි අපි flip කරන්නේ. එතකොට මේ අපි flip කරන්නේ horizontally. හරියට අපි පොතක පිටු පෙරලනවා වගේ. Right? So it's a flipping horizontally. Right? Flipping vertically means අපිට සමහර notebooks හම්බෙන්නේ නේද? උඩ අතට කොළ හරවන්න. So that is what you call flipping vertically. සිරස් බව වෙනස් කරනවා. Right? Horizontally තිරස් බව තමයි වෙනස් කරන්නේ. Right? So your answer is going to be like this. Should be on these shapes should be there. Right. Then they're asking about the ninth. Write 2 examples of full duplex communication. So there are 3 types of communication that we are discussing: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. So simplex is that we are communicating only to a one direction, right? Like the television broadcasting. The Rupahini Corporation can send us the program, but we won't be able to communicate with the Rupahini Corporation through our television. So it's a simplex one, right? And Lalindi, TV conversation. Now that is a broad idea, Dua. So you have to say how the TV conversation works. Like if you say video conference, that will be a duplex one. TV conversation, no, Himnadi routers, we can't take that. That's just a device to it. We have to say how the things are going to communicate for both the sides. When you are talking about the duplex one, right? So half duplex can be considered as the walkie-talkie conversation. While one is communicating, other one won't be communicate until the one party is getting over, right? So it can communicate. Half duplex means you are able to communicate both the sides, but one side at a time, right? So walkie-talkie, when one is speak and when it is over, then only the other one will be able to speak, right? So දෙන්නටම එක සැරේ කතා කරන්න බෑ, like a telephone conversation. So telephone conversation can be taken as a duplex one. So එකම වෙලාවේ දෙපැත්තට communicate වෙනවා. So telephone conversation, video conferencing, mobile phone conversation, right? Emailing, right? Email කරන්නත් පුළුවන් අපිට එකම වෙලාවේ දෙපැත්තට, right? SMS sending, right? Or SMS communication, right? Chatting, those things can be taken as the bidirectional one or the duplex one or the full duplex, right? Okay, the very last one is talking about the mod operator. So mod E stands for modulus. So modulus means what? So when you are having the mod operator, so this is what they are talking about by the mod. So if I divide 6 by 4, my answer is going to be 1, 4 and 2 is remaining, right? So this is what you are going to get from the do operator. And this is what you are going to get from the mod operator. So the remainder is given by the mod operator, and div is going to give you the answer or the whole number part of your calculation. So 999 mod 1000 means there is 0 as the answer and 999 will be remaining, right? So it's going to be like this. So 0 in here, and again 999 is left, right? Because 1000 into 0 is 0. So 999 is left. If it goes the other way around, so like 1000 divided by 999, there will be 1 and 999 will be here and 1 will be remaining. So this is the remainder of this and this is the remainder of this particular thing. So the 999 mod 1000 is 999. 1000 mod 999 means 1. Okay. Is it okay? How about the first 10? Is it okay with you? Do you got any questions? Okay, right. So people, you can have 2 marks for each and every part of this first question. So mark it how many out of 20. And we are going to discuss the next questions by next week plus 2009 paper, right? So you have to complete the 2009 paper at home and prepare to do the discussion as well, right? So we'll finish the discussion of the 2008 and we'll move to the 2009 paper as well by next week, right? So meanwhile, send me the details of the send me the marks of the first paper of this particular one, the 2008, as well as the 2007 marks. Send me as a WhatsApp message, right? Okay, people, so I'm going to wind up the session by this point, right? We'll meet on the next day on the very same time to discuss the 2009 paper, right? So keep it up. Don't discourage yourself during the quarantine period. This is going to end very soon. We'll hope and pray for that, right? Then you will be able to go to the normal life again, right? So keep it up. Don't mess with the quarantine period, right? Okay, so thank you very much, people. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you on next Sunday for the very same time, right? Okay.